Ag squidal héile sa lasú it den na sné just le sang at seot I halot.
Hi, my name is Riley, and I'm from Nanaimo. In other terms, Snanaimo.
I'm Cassidy George. I'm from Songhees and Sarlip.
Hi, my name is Tasha Thomas, and I'm from Pockwitchin.
My name is Ashley Sheila Ann Soulier. My grandpa's from Missinabie, which is in northern Ontario.
Gaelic Nuwa am Clackaga. I am originally from Port Hardy, and I moved to Victoria.
Hi, my name is Johnny, and I'm from Sodlip.
It's Rachel Halo, stick off on the snare. Just as an at Wajotlip.
I am Sasani Swan, and I'm from Sayo.
I'm Zell. I am from Inuvik. I am in Iqaluit.
Hi, I'm Carmen Schaefer, and I'm a Métis student at this school.
Hi, my name is Laura-Lee Mitchell, and I'm from Sartlip.
Hi, my name is Cora Morris, and I'm from Sartlip.
I'm Amy Paul, and I'm from Saanich, and then my mom's from Up Island, Campbell River.
I'm Austin Wall. I'm from East Saanich, or Sayo.
Scottish not than a snage slays net Jotlip. Scottish didn't than a mange slay at Jotlip. Calais not than a tain slay at Steo. Toltalamat than a seatlech slay at Jotlip. Yelachmin than a seatlech slay at Snanemoch. Sialk with it to not at the Jotmoglech slay at Bokjin. Scotlichnin than a Jotmoglech slay at Jotlip. My name is Janaea Seward. I am from Sartlip.
It's Rachel. Scotlish not than a snatch slay at Jotlip. Today I'm going to talk about the Sinchothan language and a little bit of why it's important. So I first started to speak Sinchothan just as I was growing up. I was born into it. And I was because my great-grandparents and my grandparents and my dad, they all know the language. And so they taught me and my siblings growing up. They have a immersion program that most of the kids there take, and they have it because they're trying to influence more kids to speak it and bring it back and learn it so that they could teach more kids Sinchothan. They have programs there where they will get teachers who are around fluent but not quite, because there's not many fluent speakers. There's only 4 or 5. I only went to tribal for preschool, and then I left to a public school. I went to Brentwood Elementary, and they didn't have a Sinchothan program there, so I didn't learn Sinchothan at school. I learned it mostly at home from my grandma and my dad. They're teachers, so they talk to me as if they were teaching me, use it in everyday sentences. They wouldn't even tell me what it meant. I would just kind of have to figure out what they meant. Sinchothan matters to me because it's our language. It's who we are. Is something kind of sacred to us. It's how we communicate. If it wasn't for the past and stuff, English wouldn't be my first language, it would be Sinchothan. Yeah. Learning the Sinchothan language, me personally being able to know it as an Indigenous woman, it means a lot to me. I'm proud to know it. It makes me feel more connected to my culture, and I feel like it makes my family proud. They smile when I learn new words, and it makes me smile. and it's advancing my knowledge. I think it's important for non-Indigenous students or anybody to know that Sinchothan means a lot to us. It's like French to others, Spanish to others. It's like that. But ours was taken from us. It was forced out of us. It's so, when we speak it, it's uplifting. And it's not just speaking. When we learn it, it makes us happy. Okay, yeah. Haika. Haika.
Okay. The thing I love most about my community is how my mom has always raised me that our door is like always open to any family member or any person, and so like it's like my favorite thing is how she always tells me about how they always had an open door and they never knew who was gonna be there, and like there'd just be someone there usually for dinner, lunch, just whenever, and like I've always loved that.
The thing I love most about my community is we support each other through anything, literally anything. If one person needs to stand up for something, we will all stand up at the same time.
One thing I love about my community is how everybody works together. When there's a problem in the community, people come together. They try to get people to help each other to work out the problem in the community. It's just togetherness.
The thing I love about my community is that we have a lot of fresh water, fresh food. We can be on our own land and just not be bothered by anyone.
My favorite thing about Sayo is probably how quiet it is most of the time, and how pretty like the sunset looks during the nighttime.
The one thing I like most about Sartlip is that the cultural activities that we get to do there, like powwows, lawn houses.
Probably all the people that they're so nice, so kind, open-minded, happy, you know, that sort of thing.
The one thing I love most about my community is the big house, the lawn house. They're rebuilding it. It's kind of exciting.
The thing I like most about Songhees and Sartlip is they have, sometimes they host powwows, sometimes they also have dinners. So like they have Christmas dinners and we go to them a lot, and you get to sit with family and like see family you haven't seen in a while.
Probably, I don't want to brag, but the one road that my whole family lives on, we call it Morrisville. It's called Sartlip Drive, but we call it Morrisville because our whole family is just on one whole road with houses together, and how we can all just go visit each other.
How closely knit they all are and how well everyone knows each other, for sure.
I guess my favorite part of the community would be probably fishing down at the point. I really like going there and spending time with my family down there.
I guess the thing I love about my community would be just the bond you have with everyone. Like, everyone is together, everyone knows each other. I also just really like the wildlife and the nature, and I just love everything about it, I guess.
I am Leonard Jasper Morris, and I'm from Sartlip, or Saanich.
Hi, my name is Sakura Morris. I am from Sartlip First Nations. Family's canoe connection to it is that my great-grandfather Ivan Morris made the canoe club in like 1974, passed on through generations down to my uncle.
It is my great-grandparents, Ivan and Madeline, made a canoe club. Geronimo canoe club, and that's like a family. That's like a Morris kind of thing we do. That's my connection to canoe. Probably just the pride of the clubs carries on to your family.
Yeah, my favorite event is going to other places for paddling, for like competitiveness and seeing, you know, family.
I placed 6th in the world in Australia a couple years ago. Last year, I think it was 2019 actually, sorry. I went unbeaten for 16 and 19 and close in the men's categories for singles. So, following my dad's footsteps in that one.
It's important to pass down to the next generations because I feel like a lot of younger children are just not caring about traditions anymore. And I feel like it's important to still carry on those traditions because it could, like, I don't know, like people can forget about it. I just think it's a beautiful sport that needs to be shared. Yeah.
So what's beautiful about it to you? Like what do you love about it?
That it can also be like saltwater therapy, you know? Just go in the water, paddle anywhere. Yeah.
It means family, it means lifestyle, it means a whole lot of stuff. That's a whole lot of what my family does. One of the main things, actually. I'd say it means life. It means family.
One thing I wish other people knew about Indigenous people is what we go through to keep our culture alive and what it takes to learn our culture.
One thing I wish other people knew about Indigenous is how to respect our culture, how to respect our land, how we live, how we are.
One thing that I wish other people knew about Indigenous people is probably that not all natives wear feathers. I've seen lots of stereotypes about that.
I wish they knew being Indigenous doesn't mean we should be treated differently just because of our skin color.
A lot of people have an idea that a lot of us kind of just have the same, they don't realize how diverse Indigenous peoples can be.
And one thing that I wish other people knew about Indigenous people is we don't all look the same, as you can tell.
We're really kind and open to talk to others, because I feel like others just don't talk to us because they think we're all like just down bad and just don't care about anyone else and just, you know.
One thing I wish people knew about Indigenous people is that we all don't drink.
People have always made fun of things that our culture does, like drumming in elementary schools, middle schools, and even sometimes still in high schools. I've experienced it where people just like laugh and just stuff like that, and even from a young age that hurt.
One thing I wish more people knew about was where I grew up. Like, Inuvik is pretty like small, but it does have some important facts about it in a sense, like the tools that we used, the techniques that we use in order to cook and prepare food, how we, you know, kind of work as a community.
One thing I wish other people knew about Indigenous people is we're awesome. Nothing more to say. Oh, you should leave like nothing more to say in there too.
One thing I wish other people knew about Indigenous people is that we're very funny, hilarious.
The background stories. A lot of people have been through hell and back, and nobody like realizes that.
I wish that they knew what our ancestors went through and what our grandparents go through every day of the residential schools, and how they feel, and like to know how it feels to like have one sibling gone from residential schools or a couple siblings and not being able to meet those people. And it sucks because we can't ask our grandparents anything about it because we don't know how they'll react, whether it's like sad or angry.
Well, the one thing I really want people to wish to know that sure, we have different cultures and different languages and different traditions, but that's how we are. So I'm just wishing that in the whole wide world, we can all understand each other.
Hi, I'm Brianna Cooper.
And I'm Muriel Tom, and we're here to talk about Bone Game.
Bone Game is a gambling game where we can play in tournaments to win money, or back in the old days, we would call them traditional games, and we would trade different things we make.
And during like open games, you're able to like bet money, and whoever calls the game now would play against you, and whoever wins gets the amount of money that you guys are betting. With virtual Bone Game, because of the COVID restrictions, it's played at home using Facebook. There's these Facebook pages for like Bone Game tournaments and open games, and you just message each other, whoever you're playing against, on Messenger.
Before COVID, you could go to lots of places to play Bone Game, like all the way across Canada and the United States. The biggest tournament that I've went to was in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and there was like over 300 teams of 5 players per team.
Playing virtual Bone Game was really fun, and I was able to hang out with my family a lot and joke around with them while we were playing, and it broke me out of my shell and like out of my comfort zone, because at the beginning I would just sit there and I wouldn't really do much other than hold the bones. And now, like over that period of time hanging out with my auntie and them, I learned the songs, and then I started singing more, and yeah, it's really fun.
My favorite part about playing Bone Game is playing with my friends at Bone Game, because I always get to see like people who live up island or in Duncan. It's always easier to see people at Bone Games. So I just love seeing my friends at Bone Game and talking and singing with them.
My favorite part is probably just hanging out with people, like Brianna said, and meeting new people. That's always fun. And probably listening to everyone sing too. That sounds really nice.
Bone Game is a traditional game that's been played by our people for so long, and sometimes when I hear people like make fun of the game or make fun of the singing, like it hurts my feelings, because it's a game that we all love to play. Just because you don't understand it means that you get to laugh at it. I feel like this part of our culture was so important to our people because of how much joy and healing you get from playing Bone Game. And it's a way to keep in contact with a lot of people who you wouldn't before.
Yeah, I think it just brings a lot of joy and happiness when you're playing. And also when you're like in a bad mood or something, you're just playing with good people. It like uplifts your spirits in a way, and you just feel a lot better after.
I am proud to be Indigenous because we are taught honor and respect, and we are taught our culture.
I am proud to be Indigenous because we are rich in our culture.
I'm proud to be Indigenous because of our culture and our teachings and our elders.
All teachings of the island. about our ancestors and everything like that.
I'm proud to be Indigenous because we have so much family and culture and history that we have and that we can learn about and know about.
I'm proud to be Indigenous and Métis because I get to live and learn on the land of my ancestors.
And I'm proud to be Indigenous because of all the annual gatherings we have and just all the teachings we get from elders. I am proud to be Indigenous because I have a huge family and we're all close.
What makes me proud to be Indigenous is that I can, for me, I personally have so many different cultural backgrounds from different communities, and it's just good for me because I can choose 4 different languages from 4 different places, from my dad's, my mom's, and my grandparents are all from different places. So I'm proud to have a variety of different cultural backgrounds.
I'm proud to be Indigenous because of the celebrations we do, I guess, in the big house, and just dancing and the gift giving and just how generous we all are.
I'm proud to be Indigenous because our culture has been depleted so much, but there's just such a strong amount of spirit and actual traditions that are really, really cool.
I'm proud to be Indigenous because it's just such a cool culture to be a part of, and I'm really proud of the history and my family who's been through a lot of different struggles and hardships.
I'm proud to be an Indigenous woman because of our strength. We overcome a lot within our teenage years and growing up to adulthood. There's so many missing and murdered Indigenous women all over, and it's one of my aunties have said herself, I feel like a walking target because of it, but we build ourselves up and it makes us stronger.
And I'm proud to be Indigenous because Indigenous people have been through so much throughout the past, and now it's starting to be recognized, and it's just showing how truly strong our people are. And yeah, we're still here.